What's up, guys? I'm starting this vlog very late. I mean, it's only 6:26. I am literally preparing the girls' milk for the night. I was gonna say the week. I'm like, I have newborns, they eat every 3 hours. Somebody asked me that question, do they still eat every 3 hours? And I'm like, yes. Like, why do you ask that question? It does not make any sense. This is the girls' milk right now, and it was very bad. I personally don't like Similac. I don't drink whole milk at all. If you know me, you know that I drink almond milk or oat milk. So I cannot wait for the girls to start drinking regular milk, because the only milk that they're gonna be drinking is almond milk. The only reason why they're on this is because they were premature, and this formula is for premature babies, and because they needed to gain a little bit more weight. And since I didn't produce a lot of breast milk because the girls were in the NICU, that's my only option. WIC actually supplies it. This tub is like $32, so you guys do the math. I only get 10 tubs, and this is 22.8 ounces. I am just going to prepare the girls' bottles. Nobody has time to pour milk in the middle of the night when you're tired as fuck. Like, who has time for that? Okay, so the girls drink 3.5 ounces in a good night. Like, sometimes they'll drink 4 ounces, which this one accumulates to like 4 ounces. This is a hot mess up here. I just cannot. I just recently got the girls like new like passies, because the other ones, like, I don't know where they're at. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little cap for this, and I'm actually gonna make more milk so I can add it to this, so I can have some for tomorrow. So at the beginning, I was collecting colostrum, and they gave me all of these in the NICU. But this is like what I use to cover their bottles. So I have a ton of these. Put this in the fridge. So the rest is going in this. This milk stinks. Like, it stinks so bad, it's crazy. That's why I really wanted them to have like an organic like base powdered formula, like the Bobby. Like, I like that one, and then there's another organic one that I wanted to try, but I really can't. Or I mean, I can, but I don't want the girls' stomach to feel awkward. Like, I don't know, I feel like this hurts them as well. But I found out how to properly clean the Dr. Brown's bottles. So if you guys want to know how to clean them or show you guys, so technically my hands are clean. Washing bottles is so tedious and I don't like it. Basically, the reason why the girls were so fussy and crying and had like their belly hurt so much is because you have to like literally clean every single little entryway on the inside, like right here, like every single little thing you have to clean. And I have a specific brush for that. Ever since I started doing that, like, I don't know what I was doing before. I was cleaning them, I made sure it was clean, but I guess I wasn't doing it the correct way. After I started doing that, no fussiness, no burps, no stomach problem, nothing. And I'm like, I'm a new mom. I don't know what I'm doing. But what we're gonna do, I fill it up to 36 ounces, because that's technically 24 calories, something like that. I have no idea. Like, honestly, I do what's on the paper, and that's what I do. And I do 10 scoops of this. So I'm gonna speed through this because this is just very tedious, and I really have to count, and I lose count so much, it's crazy. So after that, I just close it and shake it. I feel like that gave me a hot flash. I'm not even gonna lie, ever since the second pregnancy, like, my firstborn, like, she was born in 2015. Like, this like has given me like hot flashes, and it's crazy because like I've never felt like the way that I felt with the girls with my daughter. Like, obviously it's different because I had twins. I don't remember how my body was after pregnancy. I feel like I'm beating myself up too much. What time is it? Oh, this filled it up. Okay, so what I do is just wash this. I'm honestly gonna put it in the sink if I'm being quite honest. My hands are about to fall off of how much I wash bottles. Like my hands are so dry. I can't do it. I thought all the not washing my hands is gonna stop because of this milk in here. So this is the milk stash, milk for the night. So I have a lot of stuff here for Thanksgiving, so I'm hosting Thanksgiving myself, just for my daughter and Brian and just myself. So I have so much stuff in the fridge, but anyways, I lost track. So basically what I was saying is that in the NICU, you have to wash your hands when you go in every single time, like twice. And then anything that you do, you always have to or had to use hand sanitizer. And our hands were so dry. Our hands were extra dry when we were in the NICU, but now it's more like of washing of like dishes and stuff and bottles. I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so this is why I'm here. I feel like I beat myself up so much because like I'm not back to where I was before, and obviously it's not gonna happen like that. It's not gonna happen overnight. Like I'm just gonna say it, okay, because your girl look bad as okay. So now, you know, I'm trying to give myself some grace and like, you know, treat myself a little bit better because I went through what I went through with the girls, and the reason why I wasn't able to work out, the reason I had sciatica, like so many things happened in this pregnancy that like I would never ever imagine, because I thought I was just having one baby the whole entire time. At 20 weeks, they tell me that I'm having 2. And I had to be admitted at the hospital for a month and a half within a couple weeks from that. I didn't have no time to process. And ever since I got discharged and stuff, obviously C-section, it's major abdominal surgery, number 1. I just had a flashback of like that time in the hospital, and I do not, absolutely, look, I get chills. I can't do it. I would not be able to do, I could not process what was happening in my life. Like so many crazy things happen, and I'm like, I had abdominal surgery, I got discharged, my babies were in the NICU. There were so many things happening. Like Zanaya's respiratory was like really bad. She was struggling to breathe. Zoraya was, after she pulled her respiratory, she was struggling after. Like these are things that I don't really talk about, but like mentally and, you know, emotionally I'm not okay. And I'm like, a lot of people don't understand postpartum and like what the women body go through, especially like not only one baby but 2, on top of that C-section, and going back and forth to just see your kids twice a day for 39 days is crazy. I had another mom that I met on Instagram, and she had twin boys. So it's crazy because I feel like God placed people in your life for a reason, and I felt like we were going through the exact same thing but different situations. Like she had her baby so early, I had them like a week before. She was in there longer, I was in there shorter. So like I'm trying to give my body like the grace and like the motherfucking proud. Like my body did that. And did I snap back? Absolutely the fuck not. Is it taking a while? Yes. Is it gonna take longer? Absolutely yes. Obviously, like me, I'm so committed, and like if you know me, you know that like I am not no lazy ass bitch. Like I am not gonna sit around and expect my body to go back to normal by itself. Like you have to literally get up and do it, and it's hard because I have not moved my body for almost 9 months, and I wasn't able to work out. Like my body was so swollen. Even till this day, my body feels weird. Like where the incision is, it doesn't hurt, but like like my belly, like the sensation is kind of like weird, kind of like numb. Like I don't know, like I don't know if it's supposed to feel like that, but I talked to my OB. I saw her and she was like, it's normal, like your body is not gonna go back really fast. It's gonna take a while. You need to get over this trauma and everything that happened in your body. And also I saw my PC and I told him about how my body's still swollen. He said it's normal from being in the hospital with all the fluids and all the stuff that I was going through. I have a black mark right here because like if you saw my videos when I was in the hospital, I was getting iron infusion and I guess my veins were not like really taking it very nicely, so they blew out. So I had an artificial like blood clot, but it wasn't anything that like, it was artificial, so it wasn't like traveling anywhere. So I was bruised the fuck up. Like I will put pictures on the screen because I saved them. Like if I have to sue somebody, bitch, like best believe I have every proof. So I'll put it on the screen so you guys can actually see what I went through. And even that, I was traumatized. I was poked so many times. Guess how many times I had an IV? I had an IV 6 times while I was in the hospital for a whole entire month. And well, a month and a half. Well, actually I was there for 2 months. I don't even know how many days I was in there. Honestly, it felt like a fucking eternity. And I would never, like, I do not recommend that to anybody. Like, please take care of yourself at home and do anything possible. Like if I ever have another kid, like right now I'm praying to the gods that I'm not, because like I was not able to get my IUD right away. My doctor is so booked, so I have to wait till January. Like I'm terrified to get pregnant. I'm terrified to have a kid right now. If this ever happens to me, like if I get pregnant again, like I'm definitely going with a doula. I feel like the way that they went about everything was unnecessary. I know they were like monitoring the babies, the girls, because they were in the same sack or whatever, but they were fine. They were fine until like that last week where Zanaya, I don't know what she did or what they were doing, but their heart rate was so settled. I'll put a video up because I recorded it for Brian. So it was so settled and I was there by myself. Brian was at work. My heart literally dropped. Went to an emergency ultrasound. They were like, oh, they're fine, blah blah blah. They're, you know, they're not moving the way they're supposed to. They failed their ultrasound. Zanaya was barely breathing and Zariah was like breathing but not breathing. I don't know what they were doing. I think they just moved and the umbilical cord kind of like got messed up or something. So after I failed that, they called my doctor and somebody else comes in, or another doctor that was gonna do the surgery, I guess, comes in. The girls are waking up. She comes in and she looks at me like, and I'm like, oh my God. She was on the phone with my doctor and then he was like, Tasha, I think we don't have to wait anymore. Like I think the girls are doing fine. 31 weeks is the best way. I think we need to move forward with a C-section right now because the girls, the way that it's, you know, that they're not breathing properly and blah blah blah. They failed their ultrasound. I don't want to take any risk. I don't want to wait until next week to do an ultrasound or to do a C-section, so we need to do it now. We need to proceed with an ultrasound, with the C-section now. And I'm like, what? My heart literally, I was literally bawling, crying. Guess what I did? I took a shower. I took a shower because like best believe I was sitting there literally sweating. And I was like, if I'm about to be in a surgery, your girl's about to take a shower. And I told my nurse, I was like, I'm gonna take a shower real quick. Is that okay? She said, it's fine. And I was like, y'all need to wait for Brian to come in because I'm not going anywhere without him. They were like, okay, it's fine, we can wait for him. The doctor was like, they're gonna take good care of you, Tasha. I'll check back in with you later on or whatever. I don't think he did. I don't think he ever came. That's crazy. I don't think he ever did. I don't think he ever called or anything. That's so funny. It's a big ass paycheck that they get. I'm sorry, I know it is. After that, Brian shows up. I go to the 2nd floor, no, to the 5th floor. I go to like the place where you go to get a C-section. Basically, like them rooms are so like narrow and like scary. At this point I'm like in a scary movie. like this is the end. This is where it's gonna end. This is whatever. So many doctors, this we need to go, we need to do this, we need to. I was, every time they talked, I was literally bawling, shaking, sweating. I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like, and then a nurse was like, why doesn't she have to be in this drug? Why are you guys rushing? And the way that they were arguing and doing all of that, I'm like, no. And I was looking at my boyfriend, look at me, and I was like, literally from everything, crying. And they were like, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, y'all are taking me out. Y'all taking me out. Do I need this medicine or I do not? So they were giving me all this medicine and it was making me feel weird. There was one that made me like almost gag, like I just felt so hot and so weird, honestly. And then after that, they took me to this little ass room, and it's a surgery room. And I'm like, this cannot be a surgery room. And they were like, yes, it is. I'm like, where do I motherfucking sit? This table, I'm gonna show you guys how little this table was. This was the table, this was it. I'm like, there's no way this is the table. They were like, yes, this is the table. I'm like, my ass cheeks are about to be out. Because who the fuck is that small? The worst part was when they were doing like the epidural, like to numb you from like the waist down. The worst feeling of my, that surgery, I would never go through it again. If I can do natural birth, I would definitely do it 100%. And this is my personal opinion. Okay, clearly I was talking way too damn much. Okay, I'm almost done, okay? I promise I'm almost done. Nurse, and I totally forgot her name. Not that I really care, but she was really, really nice. And she was really holding me. She was like, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be over it. Like, squeeze my body. Like, do whatever you need to do. I need you to be okay. She was so calming and so soothing that like, I felt so good with her. And as this needle was going in my motherfucking back, I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, it's painful as fuck. Like, I've never, like, epidural, like I had an epidural before with my daughter, and I don't remember it being that painful, but I'm guessing this is way more because it was a C-section. I don't know. I have no idea. After that, she lays me down. I didn't feel shit. Like, she was like, they're poking you with a little like tool like this, like sharp. You did not feel anything? And I'm like, no. And I was like, that's probably why I have a mark on my leg. I don't know. I don't know what they be doing in there, because I have a mark on my thigh that I've never had in my entire life, and now I have it, and I think that's why. They were playing with me. They be playing. I know they were playing with me in there. After that, like, all I felt was like pulling, tugging. Like, it was the worst feeling of my life. Like, this is why I'm not sitting here baby cutting it, babysitting it. Like, I am telling you, it was the worst pain of my life. Some people are like, oh my God, it's not that bad. Bitch, it is. It is, okay? It wasn't painful when they were doing it because I was numb, but all the tugging and pull, like, my body was moving. My hands were like this. There was a guy here and Brian was next to me. He was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you feel anything? Do you feel anything? I'm like, I don't. I just feel like the pulling and the tugging and stuff like that. He's like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's almost over. That surgery took a long ass time, okay? Because once my babies was out, like, the first one was Zariah. A big ass thing of water just busted all over. Craziest thing, right? Brian was like literally crying, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't see anything. At this point, I don't see anything. I see his face and I see baby. They were tiny, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. And then Zanaya comes out. She was stuck. This is why their heart rate was settled, because she was breached. On top of being breached, she was stuck, like all the way up here. Once they were taking her out, they were tugging and pulling way too much. She came out purple. They literally took her in like a little wrap, and they took her and they took her away. And I'm like, oh my God. So my boyfriend just went. Like, I'm like, where are they why are they taking her over there? I was able to kiss Zariah, and I was never ever able to kiss Sanaya. Hold on, guys. Okay, who's crying? Why are we crying? Why are we crying, baby? Okay. They took Zanaya, and I wasn't able to kiss her. I wasn't able to like look at her. I wasn't able to look at my babies at all. After that, Brian left. and all my favorite nurses left. I was by myself. I was like ready to get out. I'm like, I'm ready to go. Can y'all hurry up? I don't know what took them so long, but I think they were putting everything inside, everything together. The placenta came out. They glued me back up, actually. I mean, the incision looks great. It looks like once my belly goes away, it would look like nothing was there. You know what I mean? Once they moved me, I kind of felt something. Took me out of the surgery room, recovery after surgery room. That's when my body woke the fuck up, okay? And I was thirsty as fuck. And they were giving me pain medication. She was basically monitoring my bleeding. Okay, so long story short, I had to get my baby. After my body woke up, like that was when the pain like really hit, and especially like coming back and forth and to see the girls in the NICU was very painful because I could barely walk. Everything hurt, but we made it. Oh. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around for this little story time. I didn't think it was gonna be a story time. I thought it was gonna be just a vlog, but I guess I'll vlog tomorrow. Thank you guys for sticking around and following me along in all this journey. Like, I don't know where these videos are gonna go, because like, I don't know, my life is technically so different now, and obviously my routine, my workout routine is different and everything. I'm on a diet right now. Maybe we can talk about it in my next vlog, but thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys.